welcome to this event. My name's Sue Sentence and I'm the Chief Learning Officer for the Raspberry Pi Foundation. And Alistair and I are going to give a 5-minute introduction and then we're going to start with the first paper session. I'm really pleased to see you all here and very happy to be able to welcome you to this is the first Cambridge Computing Education Research Symposium. We're really excited to be hosting this event. As you know, we'd planned a face-to-face event and very difficult circumstances have led us to repurpose this symposium as online. But by doing this as online, we realise we've made it available to many more people who might not have been able to travel to Cambridge. So we're really pleased about that. In a moment, I'm going to talk through some of the practicalities of the event, but I wanted to first give some background information about how it came about. This is the first time that the Raspberry Pi Foundation have held a large research event and the first time that we've collaborated with the University of Cambridge Computer Science and Technology Department in doing so. As many of you know, the Raspberry Pi Foundation is a charity that has a broad and ambitious mission to bring computing and digital education to people all over the world. As well as creating small computers, we work directly with young people and educators through a network of clubs and events and through partnerships with youth organisations. We develop resources to enable students to study computing and computer science in school through curriculum resources and training for teachers, notably through our work in the National Centre for Computing Education. And we also work to deepen our understanding of how young people learn about computing and digital making, and to use that knowledge to increase the impact of our own work and to advance the field of computing education. It's that last part of the strategy, an increasing focus on research, that has led us to initiate this symposium focusing on computing education for young people. Over the next few years, at the Raspberry Pi Foundation, we aim to be hosting a number of research-focused events and conducting and publishing research around a number of aspects of computing education that we really care about. For me, as a researcher, I joined the Raspberry Pi Foundation 2 years ago from King's College London Education Department. I'm still a visiting fellow there. I supervise PhD students and my research is in programming pedagogy, teacher professional learning and physical computing. Since I joined the Raspberry Pi Foundation, we've developed a collaboration with the Computer Science Department at the University of Cambridge, primarily through our work with Isaac Computer Science. Also, through our shared interest in understanding the learning and teaching of computing in more depth. We really value these collaborations and we look forward to making other collaborations. We also want to build a community of researchers with those of you on the call, and we hope that you'll become part of our community. I'll explain that at the end of the day in the closing words. Okay, so research in computing education, particularly in school and for young people, is a young field compared to maths and science education, which we're often compared with. We don't have a lot in terms of theoretical foundations, although there is some. It's not a field that's received a lot of funding, and we don't have large-scale longitudinal empirical studies for evidence. In this context, further research on how to best teach, learn and assess computing is urgently needed. We also need to investigate ways of inspiring and motivating all young people in an area which is increasingly important for their future. And that's why we've made research a key part of our strategy. I'm now going to hand over to Alistair to introduce from the University of Cambridge.
Hello, so I'm going to do the same again. Can a few people tell me in the chat window if they can hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, perfect. All right. So we're, of course, really hoping we could host this as an in-person event in the Computer Science Department in Cambridge, but I'm afraid we'll have to wait until the next iteration of our research symposium for doing that. So my primary research interest actually is in computer security, but as someone in a computer science department, I'm also passionate about teaching. And as Sue said, that's how we sort of started on this road that led to the research symposium today. I'm particularly interested in how we can improve teaching of maths, physics, and of course, computer science in schools and universities. And I've been involved in several software platforms over the years, including automated testing frameworks for student code, interactive video programs, and most recently, of course, the Isaac platform, which we use to support teaching of physics, maths, and computer science in schools. So I'm really looking forward to seeing all of you virtually, at least today. I would normally say, please catch me in the hallway track for a chat if you'd like to, but I'm sure there'll be other opportunities that are equivalent today to catch up if you want to. Failing that, of course, please don't hesitate to send me an email. Overall, welcome. I'm hoping that it's going to be a great event, and hopefully at some future event in the future, we'll be able to meet in person too.